Hi, and welcome back to my shop. Well, it's Sunday again, and it's time for another shop update. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to everybody for all of the positive comments and support from last week's shop update. It was the first time I tried to do it without any editing. In fact, I didn't actually look at that video until just before I started recording this one. So just checking it to make sure that that there weren't any ongoing things that I needed to address in this video. So, but thank you all, thank you everyone for the support. It was really encouraging. Thank you. Now, on other fronts, I did get a chance to finish the Daycare vanity project. I'm going to try to insert some pictures into the video stream, if I can. I'm not really sure how to do that, but I'm going to give it a shot. So it was suggested that I talk about things, how things went, and what my thought process and how I do things better. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a shake too. As far as the Daycare vanity project goes, it was a total custom job. All the surfaces on the outside had to be rounded. The door, the face frames, the toe kicks, everything had to be rounded because it was going to be in one of the cabinets are in the baby room, which posed a couple of challenges. It's pretty interesting, pretty interesting build. And the plumbing, the sinks hang off the wall, and they had the exposed plumbing, and there were some diagonal braces that were holding it up, supporting it up off the wall. And the client did not want the existing plumbing disturbed, nor the cabinet, nor the sink removed. So I had to build these cabinets to fit around the existing plumbing and the existing fixtures. And I think it came out pretty good. There were a couple of little fitment issues, but I was able to mitigate that with some shop-made trim. So I'm gonna post. I think I'm gonna post a few pictures over on, possibly on Lumberjocks. Definitely a couple of pictures on Instagram, and again, trying to post some here in the video stream. So that's that. What I would do next time, I don't think I'd do anything different. It was a pretty custom setup, so yeah, I think it came out as best as it could. Now, also last week I mentioned that I was going to try to set up an Etsy store, and I really did try to do that. I had quite a few things happening in our household this past week, so that presented some challenges. But mostly it was because I'm attempting to improve my product photography so that I can have some really nice pictures to show exactly what people are going to be buying if they're going to buy my products from Etsy. And I can't say that I was really happy with the results, so I'm looking for a couple of gooseneck lamps so that I can add some LED lights to it and get some nice bright white light. But hopefully that goal will continue on to next week, and hopefully I'll get that done. Let's see. Now, I also mentioned that I was working on salt cellars for another customer, another client, and those are coming out really nice. I am incredibly happy with it. Here's one of them right here. Now, these salt cellars are about 3 inches in diameter. I'll try to get it closer to the camera so you can see a little better. And the base, the bottom, is made out of walnut, obviously, and the lid is made out of crotch walnut. And this is, for those of you that aren't familiar, that is where the branches of the tree go in different directions, and the union there is referred to as a crotch, and it oftentimes will result in beautiful grain patterns such as exhibited here on this lid. Now, you may ask yourself, what is a salt cellar? Well, and back in the days when salt was a valuable commodity, back before salt cellars, these vessels such as this, made out of various materials, were made so that you could have salt at the table, and you would simply open it and you take a pinch Basically, that's how it works. So that's that. And we have some extended guests staying with us for a little while, and I built a Murphy bed several months ago, and I needed to modify the shelving on either side of the Murphy bed so that we could have a closet, basically convert the bookcases into a closet on the two sides. So I went out to the big box store and I was looking to buy some little sockets and bars for the closets for these two bookcases, but I can't say that I was extremely thrilled with the price, and it's the beauty of DIY. You know, the why in DIY is why would I buy it? So anyway, I come back to the shop and I decided I was going to go ahead and make it, and this is what I ended up with. I made these little sockets here out of leftover a scrap piece of 2x12, and so this is the socket that goes on one side, and this piece goes on the other side, and as you can see, it's got a cutout up here at the top. So, and this is the rod that I turn. Now, it's not perfectly straight, but or I guess I should say, it's not perfectly cylindrical, but hangers won't know the difference. So, basically the way this works is you mount the socket on one side, and you place the rod inside, and then you mount this piece on the other side, and it just drops in like so. Instant closet. And I'm gonna put these in with threaded inserts so that I can remove them when they're not needed. Another big project that I need to embark on that will be ongoing, of course, is shop organization. I do have a bigger shop here than I ever have had, but I'm finding that I moved in here, and the culmination of all the other shops that I've occupied up until this point have caused a unique sort of problem. And basically what that is I have all these different cabinets and banks of drawers and different tool stands and things that I built based upon the needs of a different shop setup, 2 different shop setups to be exact. And when I moved in here, well, naturally I brought all of those systems to this shop, and I've been trying my best to make it work, but it just doesn't work. So I'm going to embark upon a series, most likely, of basically of organization projects to make my shop work better. Because right now, I mean, it works, but I'm kind of forcing it. So last weekend, I took some time away from what I was doing, and I went ahead and I started my shop organization project by organizing my lathe accessories. So I'm going to move the camera over to my turning station so that you can see my solution that I came up with. This is going to be the first of many. I don't know if there'll be parts of shop updates, or if there'll be separate project videos, or if there'll be some other kind of video, but I would like to take you guys along with me as my shop evolves into a space that really works the way I would like it to. So anyway, without further ado, okay, so I did promise no editing, but there's a lot more jiggling around in the camera than I was comfortable with. Plus, I had to change the field of view so that you could get a better view of this thing. Blah, 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 blah. There was a little editing. Anyway, so this right here is the result of the fact that I was just sick of having to dig all of these parts and pieces from my lathe out of the sawdust and shavings that were all over my lathe. Plus, I got tired of looking for, the wrench for my chuck, my knockout bars. You know, one of my chucks fell off of the lathe. I about had a heart attack. Can't have that. So this is what I came up with. Now, this is probably not the last. This is probably not the last of the revisiting I'm going to do of this storage solution, but this does work. I have a magnetic strip up here to hold various wrenches. This ruler doesn't belong. This caliper here, I had a hard time hanging it on a peg, so it's up there. I have all my calipers here, my center finding jig, this weird looking caliper thing here. And then down here I have my pen mandrel and all the assorted parts and pieces, most of the assorted parts and pieces that go with my lathe, including tool rests and drive spurs, mandrel savers, drill chucks, all those manner of things. And down here, not sure how well this is going to translate on video, but down here I made these little holders to hold my chucks, because again, I dropped one of them, and you know, these things are not terribly inexpensive, so that had to stop. So I made, this is simply just a piece of 2 by 10 maybe, and I put it on the bandsaw and I cut this arbitrary angle, and I inserted a 1/2 inch dowel into there. I think it's nailed and glued on, so I can store all 3 of my chucks here. And this one, I keep the faceplate on it, so I made sure that I spaced it out enough that I could keep my faceplate on it. And this right here is really working well for me. So this is just the start of my new organization project that I'll be starting, and hopefully taking you guys along with me. And if nothing else, even if nobody watches it, it'll be fun to kind of chronicle the evolution of my shop. So I got one more thing to say before I go, and that is please remember that please mark your calendars for October 2nd. The 1st and 2nd of this month is the 1-year anniversary of the opening of the Rockler store in Altamont Springs, Florida. I will be there all day on October 2nd, which is this coming Sunday. If you'd like to come out and see me, that would be awesome, because I'd love to see you. I'd love to talk to you. And I'd also like to let you know that a friend of mine, Russ Clarity of Simply Wood Creations, will also be joining me at Rockler, so you'll have an opportunity to meet us both. I am planning on making a video, making a project video this week, something special to take to the show. So be on the lookout for the video if you can't make it to Rockler, and if you can, be on the lookout for the video, and then you'll have the opportunity to inspect my handiwork up close and personal on Sunday, should you like to come out. So I would love to see you. Rockler would certainly love to see you. Russ would love to see you. And I guess that's it for tonight. You know, be safe in your shops. Get out there and make something awesome. Peace.